How much more could you achieve if you mastered the one thing that controls everything you do? Time. Time isn't just a concept. It's your most valuable resource. Yet most people spend it without thinking, waste it without realizing, and lose it without ever getting it back. But here's the truth. You're in charge. You can take control of your time, master it, and get more done in a day than most people do in a week. Imagine that. What would your life look like if you could master time? What would you accomplish? This isn't some theory. This is real, actionable advice from someone who's been where you are, someone who's learned the secrets to turning time into a powerful ally. And today, I'm going to share those secrets with you. You have no more time to waste. You need to hear this now. The advice in this video will challenge you. It will push you, and most importantly, it will show you exactly how to take your time back and use it to build the life you've always wanted. So if you're ready to stop letting time slip away, if you're ready to get more done and see real results, stick with me. The next few minutes could change everything for you. Let's dive in. The power of time. Let me start with this. Time is not just a resource. It's the most powerful asset you have. Think about it. Time is the one thing you can never get back once it's gone. It's not like money that you can earn again, or relationships you can repair. It's fleeting. Each second that passes is gone forever. So the question is, what are you doing with your time? The answer to that question will determine the direction of your life. Time shapes your future, whether you realize it or not. It's the secret to success, and the difference between where you are now and where you could be. The way you use time, the way you value it, the way you make time work for you. This is everything. Now most people go through life like time is unlimited, don't they? They think I'll do it tomorrow or I've got time. But let me tell you something. You don't have time. You're not promised another minute, another hour, or another day. The clock is always ticking, and when you waste time, you're wasting life. But here's the good news. You have the power to take control of your time. It's all up to you. You decide what you do with every moment you're given. And when you start respecting time, when you start using it with intention, that's when things change. The first step to mastering time is realizing how powerful it is. Time doesn't wait for you. It doesn't slow down. It doesn't care what you're doing or thinking. It keeps moving, whether you're ready or not. But that's where your opportunity lies, because you can make time work for you. Imagine if you could optimize every single moment. Imagine if you could take control of your hours, your days, and your life. What would happen? You'd be unstoppable. You'd accomplish things others only dream of. You'd become more productive, more efficient, and more successful. And that starts with a shift in thinking. It starts with valuing time for what it truly is, your most precious commodity. So how do you do it? First, you must evaluate how you're currently spending your time. Look at your day. Be honest with yourself. What's taking up your time? Are you spending it on things that move you closer to your goals, or are you wasting it on distractions? We all get 24 hours a day. The question is, what are you doing with those hours? Now I want you to do something. Take a piece of paper and write down everything you did yesterday. Start from the moment you woke up to the moment you went to bed. What did you spend your time on? How much of it was productive? How much of it was just passing time? Here's what I want you to notice. The more intentional you are with your time, the more you'll get done. Time is your greatest asset, but only if you use it wisely. If you spend it wisely, it will pay you back tenfold. If you waste it, you'll look back and wonder where it all went. Think of time like a bank account. You've got 24 hours in your account every day, and you can spend it however you want. But if you're careless with it, if you don't have a plan for how to spend it, you'll end up broke. But if you make every hour count, if you invest that time into things that matter, you'll find that time becomes your most valuable ally. Let me ask you, what's the one thing you could do today that would have the biggest impact on your life? Think about that. What could you do right now that would move you closer to your goals? That's where your time needs to go. You see, time isn't something you can control, but how you use it is entirely up to you. You can't get more time, but you can certainly make better use of the time you have. And let me tell you something else. You're not the only one who gets 24 hours in a day. Everybody has the same amount of time. The difference between successful people and the rest is how they use that time. So stop complaining about not having enough time. You've got enough. What you need is to use it with purpose. Now don't just listen to this chapter and think it sounds good. Take action. Start today. Start using your time with purpose. Start investing your time in what truly matters. You know the saying, if you don't make time for your goals, you'll be forced to make time for your regrets. Don't let that happen. take control of your time. Master it, make every second count, and watch how it transforms your life. In the next chapter, we're going to dive into how you can change your perspective on time and begin using it as your ally. But for now, take this lesson and apply it. The power is in your hands. Time is a friend, not an enemy. Let me tell you something right now. Time is not your enemy. Time is your greatest friend. If you've ever felt like time is against you, if you've ever found yourself thinking there's just not enough time, I'm here to tell you, it's not time that's the problem. It's how you view it. Most people look at time as something that runs out on them. They see time as a ticking clock, constantly counting down to something, usually something they don't want to happen. But the truth is, time is always there. It's always available. It's not running away from you. You're running away from it. You need to shift your mindset about time. Time is not this cold, distant force that's out to get you. Time is your ally, your partner. It's there to help you accomplish everything you want in life, if you treat it right. Now here's the challenge. Most people don't respect time. They don't treat it like the precious resource it is. They take it for granted. They spend it recklessly, without purpose, without a plan. And then when they realize they've wasted it, they feel guilty, frustrated, and overwhelmed. But it doesn't have to be that way. You see, the truth is time works for you. If you let it, when you respect it, when you use it with purpose, it becomes the most powerful force in your life. But if you ignore it, if you treat it carelessly, it will slip away, and you'll wonder where it all went. But that's not how you're going to operate. You're going to learn to use time like a master. You're going to learn to treat it as a friend, a tool that helps you build the life you want. Here's what most people miss. Time doesn't just give you results. Time multiplies your efforts. The more wisely you use your time, the more powerful the results will be. Every hour you invest into something meaningful, every minute you spend working toward your goals, it compounds, it adds up, it grows. Imagine this. What if you dedicated just 1 hour a day to working on something important to you? 1 hour, every single day. It doesn't seem like much, does it? But over the course of a week, that's 7 hours. Over a month, that's 30 hours. Over a year, that's 365 hours. And in a few years, that adds up to something huge. That's the power of time when you use it wisely. So start thinking of time as a friend. It's not a burden. It's not an enemy. It's a gift. And when you start treating it as such, you'll see results you never thought possible. But there's something important I need to tell you. Time is like a river. It flows whether you're ready or not. If you stand still and do nothing, time will just keep flowing past you. It won't wait for you to get your act together. If you don't start using it now, you'll wake up tomorrow, next month, or even next year, and wonder where it went. You don't want that. Time is precious, and you have to take responsibility for how you use it. You are the one who decides how your time is spent. No one else can make that decision for you. Not your boss, not your family, not your circumstances. Only you. And once you take responsibility for your time, that's when you start to take control of your life. You start to get more done, accomplish more, and create the success you want, because you're no longer letting time slip through your fingers. You're using it to build your future. So how do you begin to treat time as a friend? The first thing you need to do is give time a purpose. When you know why you're spending time on something, when you understand the value of each moment, it becomes a lot easier to use time wisely. Start with a plan. Don't just drift through your days. Don't just show up and hope things happen. Set clear goals, prioritize your tasks, and then schedule your time around those goals. Treat your time like the valuable resource it is, and it will start working for you. If you're ever unsure about how to use your time, ask yourself this simple question. Is this moving me toward my goals? If the answer is yes, you're on the right track. If the answer is no, then you need to rethink how you're spending your time. Time is not something you can afford to waste. Here's the bottom line. Time is your greatest ally. When you respect it, use it wisely, and invest it in things that truly matter. When you treat time like a friend, it will support you, push you, and help you reach your highest potential. So today, start treating time as your friend. Start valuing each minute, each hour, and each day. Begin to see time as the tool that can transform your life. And remember, it's not the clock that's the problem. It's how you choose to spend your time. Take control of your time, and your life will change. Setting goals, the roadmap to effective time use. Let me ask you this. What are you doing with your time? I mean, really, what's your plan? Do you have a roadmap for your life? Or are you just drifting? You see, time is like money. You can spend it, save it, or waste it. But once it's gone, it's gone. The difference between those who get more done and those who don't isn't magic. It's purpose. It's knowing exactly where you're going, what you want, and most importantly, how to get there. And that's where goals come in. Without goals, you're just wandering around with no direction. You're using time, sure, but you're not using it effectively. You're spending it on things that don't get you closer to your dreams. But with goals clear, specific, and powerful goals, your time becomes your most valuable tool. So here's the first step. Set goals. It's that simple. But let me tell you, setting goals isn't just about writing down what you want. It's about making a commitment to yourself. It's about deciding once and for all that you're going to take your life seriously. Goal setting is the roadmap that gives direction to your time. Without goals, you might be busy all day, but you're not moving forward. You're just passing time. But with goals, every minute you spend becomes an investment in your future. Now let's break this down. Effective goals have certain characteristics. They're not vague. They're not "I want to be successful" or "I want to be rich." That's a wish, not a goal. A goal is specific, measurable, and most importantly, it's tied to action. Here's how you set goals that work. Be specific. You've got to know exactly what you want. Don't be vague. The more specific you are, the clearer the path becomes. Instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," say, "I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months." Instead of, "I want to be successful," say, "I want to increase my income by 20% this year." The clearer your goal, the easier it is to plan how you'll use your time to achieve it. Set measurable goals. If you can't measure it, you can't track it. Your goals need a way to track progress. This gives you motivation. This gives you momentum. If your goal is to lose 10 pounds, you can measure your progress by stepping on the scale regularly. If your goal is to increase your income, track your earnings month by month. Measure it to manage it. Make them achievable. Goals should stretch you, but they shouldn't be impossible. If you set a goal that's too far out of reach, it becomes overwhelming, and you risk quitting. But if you set a goal that's realistic, one that challenges you but is still within your grasp, you'll stay motivated and on track. Set a deadline. Without a deadline, your goal is just a dream. You need a timeline. This creates urgency and focus. Instead of saying, "I want to lose weight," say, "I want to lose 10 pounds by the end of this quarter." Having a set deadline forces you to break the goal into smaller tasks and allocate your time accordingly. Break it down into actionable steps. The biggest goals can be broken down into small, manageable steps. Once you know your goal, break it into chunks. If your goal is to write a book, don't just say, "I'll write a book." Break it into chapters. Set word count targets, and schedule time for writing every day. Small actions add up to big results. Now let's talk about how goals tie directly into time management. If you don't have clear goals, you'll fill your time with things that don't move you forward. You'll get busy, but you won't get anything done. But when you set goals, time becomes your tool. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon in 6 months, you're going to need time for training. You're not going to spend hours on distractions or procrastination. You'll plan your workouts. You'll schedule your runs. You'll prioritize your training because you know where you're headed. And the more specific and measurable your goal is, the better you'll be at allocating your time effectively. The key to mastering your time is aligning it with your goals. When you know exactly what you want, every minute counts, every task matters. You begin to see time as something that is working with you, not against you. And the more focused you are, the more productive you'll become. Let me tell you something. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by accident. They set goals, they planned their time around those goals, and they were intentional about how they spent every single day. And that's exactly what you need to do. The first step is simple. Decide what you want. Once you've got a goal in mind, plan your time around it. And when you do this consistently, that's when you start to see real lasting change. So here's your action step. Take 5 minutes right now and write down one goal you want to achieve. Make it specific. Make it measurable. Give it a deadline. And then break it down into the small steps you need to take every day to make it happen. And here's the beauty of it. Once you have your goal, you'll know exactly where to spend your time. You won't waste it on things that don't matter. You'll spend every minute working toward that goal. And in the process, you'll become the person who can achieve anything they set their mind to. Remember, time is a gift. It's the most valuable resource you have. Don't waste it. Use it to create the life you truly want. And that starts with setting clear, actionable goals. The art of saying no. Let me tell you something that most people don't understand. The power of saying no. It might sound strange at first, but let me tell you, if you're going to master your time and accomplish your goals, you have to become a master at saying no. Here's the thing. Time is a limited resource. We all have 24 hours in a day. No more, no less. And the truth is, if you say yes to everything, you're going to end up saying no-let to the things that really matter. You're going to say no-let to your goals, your dreams, and your vision for your life. You're going to run out of time and energy for the things that will get you ahead. And that's a huge mistake. Saying no-let is not a rejection of other people. It's a commitment to yourself. It's about protecting your time, your energy, and your future. It's about drawing boundaries that keep you focused on what truly matters. You see, if you don't set boundaries, others will set them for you. And when other people set your boundaries, you end up doing their bidding, not yours. Let's get clear on this. Saying no-let is not about being rude. It's not about pushing people away. It's about knowing your priorities and protecting them. It's about making sure that your time goes toward the things that align with your goals, your values, and your vision. But here's the challenge. Most people don't say no because they're afraid of what others will think. They don't want to disappoint someone, upset someone, or seem like they're not being helpful. They're afraid of conflict, of being seen as selfish or uncooperative. But let me tell you, you can't live your life to please everyone else. You can't. You're the one who has to live with the consequences of how you spend your time. And let me tell you, saying yes to everything will drain your energy and take you farther away from your dreams. Here's a simple truth. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying no to something that does. You're saying no to your health, your relationships, your personal growth, and your future. So how do you say no without feeling guilty? How do you set boundaries without burning bridges? It all starts with understanding one thing. Your time is valuable. You have big dreams, big goals, and only so many hours in a day. If you spend your time on things that don't move you toward those goals, you're wasting your greatest asset. Here's how to get better at saying no. Get clear on your priorities. Before you say yes or no to anything, ask yourself, does this move me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, then the answer has to be no. Your goals should be the filter through which all decisions pass. If it doesn't align with where you're going, it's not worth your time. Be honest but kind. Saying no doesn't have to be harsh. You don't need to apologize, but you also don't need to be rude. You can be honest and respectful at the same time. You can say, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not able to commit right now, or I've got other priorities at the moment. You don't have to explain yourself to death. Just keep it simple and polite. Set boundaries early. Don't wait until you're overwhelmed and stressed out. Set your boundaries early. When someone asks you to take on something that doesn't align with your goals, you need to speak up. Let people know your limits from the beginning. If you wait until you're too busy to handle it, that's when you start saying yes out of guilt or obligation. Understand that it's okay to disappoint people. The reality is, you can't please everyone. No matter how hard you try, some people will be upset with your decision. But here's the thing. Those who truly care about you will understand. They'll respect your commitment to your goals and your time. And the ones who don't, well, you'll survive. You can't sacrifice your future just to make others happy in the moment. Focus on the long-term benefits. Saying no is tough in the short term, but think about the long-term impact. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to your dreams. You're saying yes to more time, more energy, and more focus on what truly matters. Learn to say no quickly. Procrastination is one of the biggest time wasters. If you hesitate too long, you'll end up saying yes out of discomfort or guilt. Practice making decisions quickly. When someone asks you to do something, ask yourself if it's aligned with your priorities. If it's not, then say no right away. The quicker you get at saying no, the less you'll regret it. Here's the bottom line. Saying no is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. When you start saying no to distractions, to things that don't matter, and to people who drain your energy, you'll free up the time and space to say yes to the things that truly matter. You'll have more time for your goals, your dreams, and the life you want to create. So the next time you're asked to do something, remember, you don't have to say yes just because someone expects it. Your time is yours to protect. And when you protect your time, you protect your future. Start practicing the art of saying no today. Say no to the things that don't align with your goals. Say no to the distractions that are stealing your time. And say yes to the things that move you closer to your dreams. Time is your most valuable asset. Use it wisely. Time blocking, structure your day for maximum efficiency. Here's a truth that's going to change everything for you. You will never have more time than you have right now. Time is not something you can manufacture more of. But here's the secret. You can control how you use it. And that, my friend, is where time blocking comes in. Let me tell you something important. The key to getting more done isn't working harder. It's working smarter, and time blocking is the smartest way to structure your day. What is time blocking? It's simple. Time blocking is the practice of scheduling specific blocks of time throughout your day for specific tasks or activities. Instead of letting your day be dictated by distractions and random interruptions, you take control. You decide ahead of time what you're going to do and when. Here's the truth. If you don't plan your time, someone else will. If you don't block out time for what matters, other people's demands, distractions, and urgent tasks will steal it away. And when that happens, you'll look back at the end of the day and realize you haven't made any progress toward your goals. That's where time blocking comes in. It gives you control. You choose the most important tasks and prioritize them, giving them the attention they deserve. And because you've scheduled everything in advance, you've created a clear roadmap for your day. Here's how it works. 1. Start with your priorities. Before you start time blocking, you've got to get clear on your priorities. What are the most important things you need to accomplish? What are your big goals? Break them down into specific tasks that can be accomplished within the time you've got available. Your day should revolve around these priorities. Don't let your day get hijacked by small tasks, emails, or random phone calls. Block out time for what truly matters. 2. Block time for deep work. One of the biggest time wasters in today's world is the constant barrage of distractions. Emails, texts, social media. These interruptions break your focus and rob you of your time. That's why you need to block out uninterrupted time for deep work. Deep work is focused, undistracted work on the tasks that move you forward, whether it's writing, studying, creating, or anything else that requires your full attention. This time needs to be uninterrupted. Put away the phone, close the door, and focus solely on the task at hand. The more focused your work, the more productive you'll be. Time blocking allows you to make the most of your most precious resource, your focus. 3. Create structured blocks of time. When you block your time, create clear blocks for each activity. For example, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. morning routine, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. deep work, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. meetings or phone calls, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. lunch break, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. focused work, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. emails and admin tasks. When you create these blocks, you give each activity the space it needs to be completed efficiently. And most importantly, you ensure that each task gets your full focus and attention. 4. Leave room for flexibility. Here's something you might not have thought about. Don't overschedule yourself. Sure, you've got a lot of tasks, but if you pack your day too tightly, you're gonna burn out. Instead, leave some gaps between your blocks. These gaps are for catching up, taking a breath, or handling any unexpected interruptions. Life happens. Things come up. So while you're scheduling your day, give yourself a little breathing room. That way you'll stay on track even when the unexpected happens. 5. Use time blocking for everything. Time blocking isn't just for work, it's for your personal life too. Want to work out? Block out time for it. Want to spend time with your family? Block out that time. Want to read? Block out time for that too. The more intentional you are about your time, the more you'll get done and the more balanced your life will be. You don't have to make time blocking complicated. It's as simple as setting a timer and committing to focus on one thing at a time. But here's the trick. Make it non-negotiable. Once you block your time, treat those blocks like appointments. Don't let anything interfere with them. 6. Track your time and adjust. One of the best ways to improve your time blocking is to track your time and see where it's going. At the end of the week, take a look at how you spent your time. What worked well? What didn't? Did you spend enough time on your priorities? If something isn't working, adjust it. Time blocking isn't about rigidly sticking to a schedule. It's about getting the best results with the time you have. Now let me ask you a question. How much more could you get done if you blocked your time and focused 100% on the task at hand? Time blocking is about maximizing efficiency and focusing on what really matters. It's about moving away from busy work and moving toward productive work. Time blocking turns your day into a powerful tool, and once you start using it, you'll see your productivity soar. You'll stop wasting time on distractions. You'll stop reacting to whatever comes your way, and instead you'll start making real progress toward your goals. The beauty of time blocking is that you're taking control of your day, and you're using time as an ally, not an enemy. Time blocking allows you to structure your day so that you're using every single minute with purpose. So here's your challenge. Start today. Take 10 minutes to plan your day tomorrow. Block out time for your priorities. Set time for deep work and leave room for flexibility. You'll be amazed at how much more you get done. Remember, time is not something to manage. It's something to master. And with time blocking, you're the one in control. Daily habits that unlock more time. Let's talk about the secret to getting more out of your day. It's not about working harder. It's not about pushing yourself until you're exhausted. It's about building habits. Simple, powerful habits that multiply your time and make you more effective. You see, your habits are the invisible forces that shape your day. What you do every day determines how much time you actually have for the things that matter most. The best part? You don't have to be perfect. You just need consistency, because small daily habits lead to massive results. So let's dive into the habits that can unlock more time for you. These aren't complicated, but they require discipline. These are the types of habits that will make your day smoother, more productive, and ultimately more fulfilling. 1. Start your day with purpose. One of the most powerful habits you can adopt is a morning routine. Most people wake up, check their phone, scroll through emails, and let the day dictate what happens next. They're reactive. But here's the truth. You've got to be proactive if you want to get more done. A solid morning routine is like a roadmap for your day. It sets the tone. It gives you focus and clarity from the moment you open your eyes. Here's what a good morning routine might include. Wake up early. Start your day before the world does. This gives you time to think, plan, and prepare. Exercise. Get the blood flowing and the energy going. Even 10 minutes of stretching or a short walk will get you energized. Eat a healthy breakfast. Fuel your body for the day ahead. Set your intentions. Review your goals for the day. What are the 3 most important things you need to accomplish? Starting your day with intention unlocks more time throughout the day because you're not wasting your morning trying to figure out what to do. 2. Focus on one task at a time. If you're trying to multitask, you're losing time. Multitasking sounds productive, but it's actually a time waster. When you switch between tasks, your brain has to refocus each time. This creates mental clutter, and it slows you down. Instead, single task. Focus on one task at a time, and give it your full attention. This might sound simple, but it's one of the most effective ways to unlock more time. When you focus, you get things done faster and with better quality. The key here is intention. When you commit to focusing on one thing, you eliminate distractions and accelerate progress. 3. Use time blocks for productive work. We talked about time blocking in Chapter 5, but I want to stress it again because it's that important. By using time blocks, you're ensuring that your time is spent intentionally on tasks that matter. Schedule your day in blocks, whether it's for focused work, meetings, or breaks. And when you're in those blocks, give that task your full attention. You'd be amazed at how much more you can get done when you stop jumping between tasks. Make sure to block out time for the big stuff, the things that truly move you forward in your personal and professional life. And don't forget to block out time for rest. Rest is just as important as work when it comes to maximizing your productivity. 4. Declutter your mind and environment. Clutter is a thief of time. When your mind is cluttered, it's hard to focus. When your environment is cluttered, it's hard to find what you need. Take 10 minutes every morning or evening to organize your workspace and clear your mind. Declutter your desk. Keep only what's necessary in your workspace. A clean space makes a clear mind. Write down your thoughts. If your mind is racing with tasks, write them down in a notebook or planner. This clears your mind and allows you to focus on what's in front of you. A clear mind and a clean space give you the freedom to focus and work efficiently. It's like removing the obstacles that slow you down. 5. Use the 2-minute rule. This is a simple but powerful habit. If something will take 2 minutes or less, do it immediately. Whether it's responding to an email, making a phone call, or organizing a small task, if it can be done quickly, the reason this works so well is that small tasks pile up and overwhelm you. If you let them accumulate, they'll eat away at your time. By taking care of small tasks right away, you clear the deck for more important work. 6. Batch your tasks. Another productivity habit is batching similar tasks together. Instead of checking emails throughout the day, set a time block in your schedule to handle all your emails at once. Instead of running errands all week, Batch them into 1 or 2 days. This is all about minimizing the number of times you switch gears throughout the day. The fewer times you switch between tasks, the more focused and efficient you become. 7. End your day with reflection. Just like starting your day with intention, ending your day with reflection is crucial. Take 10 minutes at the end of the day to evaluate what you accomplished and what you didn't. Here's what this does. It helps you celebrate your wins, no matter how small. It lets you identify any roadblocks you faced and how you can avoid them in the future. It gives you the chance to prepare for tomorrow, so you wake up with clarity and purpose. Reflection helps you stay on track, and it gives you momentum to start your next day strong. The bottom line is this: your habits are the foundation of your success. If you want more time, you need to build daily habits that set you up for productivity and efficiency. These habits may seem small, but over time, they create massive results. Start with just 1 or 2 of these habits today. Gradually build on them. Don't try to change everything overnight. Start small and be consistent. Remember, the time you invest in building positive habits is the time you get back in productivity. These small, consistent actions will unlock more time in your day and help you get closer to the life you want. Efficiency versus effectiveness. The true measure of success. Let me share something with you that could change the way you approach your entire life. Efficiency is not the same as effectiveness. Most people think that being efficient is the key to success. But here's the truth. Being effective is the true measure of success. So what's the difference? Efficiency is about doing things quickly and with minimal effort. Effectiveness, on the other hand, is about doing the right things. It's about getting the results you want, not just finishing tasks quickly. Let me break it down for you. You could be the fastest person in the world at doing the wrong thing, but that doesn't mean you're moving forward. In fact, it's just the opposite. If you're spending time on the wrong activities, no matter how efficiently you do them, you're getting nowhere. You might as well be running in place. Here's the real secret to success. It's not about doing more things. It's about doing the right things. The most successful people aren't necessarily the most efficient people. They are the ones who focus on the most important tasks and say no to everything else. They focus on the things that move them closer to their goals, and they do them consistently and with intensity. Efficiency is doing things right. Efficiency is all about speed, process, and optimization. It's about cutting out waste and using your time in the most economical way. But here's the danger with efficiency. If you're doing the wrong thing efficiently, you're just wasting time faster. For example, let's say you're working on a project. You've learned how to speed up the process, how to do it more efficiently. But if you're working on the wrong project, no amount of efficiency will change the fact that it's not the right thing to be doing. Efficiency doesn't matter if you're headed in the wrong direction. Don't get me wrong. Efficiency is important. It allows you to save time and energy, but it's only powerful when it's applied to the right tasks. Effectiveness is doing the right things. Effectiveness, on the other hand, is about prioritizing and focusing on the most important activities. It's about identifying what truly matters and putting your energy into that. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're working toward a big goal. Let's say building a business. You could spend all day answering emails, checking your social media, or responding to calls. You'd be highly efficient, no doubt. But are those the right things? Are they moving you closer to your business goals? The answer is likely no. Being effective means you focus on the tasks that directly move you toward your goal. Maybe you need to spend time researching, developing your product, or creating content for your customers. These tasks are harder, yes, but they're more meaningful. They're the ones that will bring you the results you want. Efficiency becomes secondary when you're not even working on the right things. The power of focus. The real power in being effective comes from focus. If you want to be effective, you need to give your time and energy to the things that move the needle. You have to be clear on your goals, and make sure that every action you take is aligned with those goals. When you focus on the right things, your results will improve, even if you're not the fastest at getting them done. Effectiveness is about taking deliberate, meaningful action, not rushing through the day just to mark things off your to-do list. The key to being effective is understanding your goals and knowing what actions will bring you closer to those goals. It's about consistently making choices that align with your long-term vision. The power of saying no. This is where the power of saying no comes in. When you say no to the unimportant tasks, you're freeing up time for the things that matter. You're creating space to be effective. Think about it. How many times have you said yes to things that in hindsight didn't matter at all? You were busy, you were efficient, but were you effective? The truth is, the less you try to do, the more you can focus on doing the right things. By eliminating distractions and only taking on what truly matters, you ensure that your time is spent in the most effective way possible. How to be both efficient and effective. Now you might be wondering, Jim, can't I be both efficient and effective? And the answer is yes, but it all starts with being effective first. Here's how to do it. Identify your most important tasks. These are the tasks that will move you closer to your goals. These are your non-negotiables. Block time for those tasks. Use time blocking to give your most important tasks your full focus. Eliminate distractions. If you're not working on something that aligns with your goals, don't do it. Be efficient with your focused work. Once you're working on the right things, use efficiency to streamline your process, reduce waste, and finish faster. Constantly evaluate. At the end of each week, evaluate whether the tasks you've been doing are the right tasks. Are they helping you move forward? If not, it's time to adjust. The bottom line. Here's the takeaway. Efficiency is about getting more done. Effectiveness is about getting the right things done. And if you want to master your time, if you want to live a successful life, you've got to focus on being effective first. When you're doing the right things, you'll find that your efficiency naturally improves. But more importantly, you'll find that you're moving forward. You're getting closer to your goals. And that's the true measure of success. So ask yourself, am I being efficient or am I being effective? Don't just go through the motions. Don't just rush to check things off your to-do list. Make sure that every task you tackle is a step toward the life you truly want. Overcoming procrastination, a time killer. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you put something off, only to regret it later? How many times have you told yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow turned into next week? Procrastination is one of the biggest obstacles standing between you and your success. It's a time killer. Here's the reality. Procrastination doesn't just waste time. It steals your potential. It keeps you from moving forward, from accomplishing what you're capable of. And the longer you allow it to control your life, the more it holds you back from the future you want. But here's the good news. You have the power to beat procrastination. It's not an insurmountable force. It's a habit. And just like any habit, it can be broken with the right approach. Let me show you how. Understanding procrastination. Before we talk about how to defeat procrastination, we need to understand it. Procrastination is often a symptom, not the problem. It's not just about being lazy or avoiding work. It's about fear. Fear of failure. Fear of imperfection. Fear of the unknown. Procrastination happens when we avoid doing something because we're afraid it won't be good enough, or we're uncertain about how to start. But here's the thing. The longer you put something off, the worse it gets. The anxiety, the stress, the guilt, it only builds up. And as time goes by, it gets harder and harder to take that first step. You might think, I'll do it later when I feel more motivated. But motivation doesn't come from waiting. It comes from action. You've got to start first, even when you don't feel like it. Action creates momentum. Why you procrastinate? Procrastination thrives on a few things. Overwhelm. You look at a big task, and it feels impossible. You don't know where to start, so you don't start at all. Perfectionism. You fear that if you don't do it perfectly, you'll fail. So instead of trying, you don't try at all. Lack of clarity. If you don't know exactly what to do, it's easy to push it off until you figure it out. But clarity comes through action, not inaction. Instant gratification. The allure of doing something easy and fun right now can be more tempting than doing something hard that will benefit you in the long run. Procrastination feeds on these factors. But here's the truth. The longer you allow procrastination to rule your life, the more time you lose, and the farther you get from your goals. How to overcome procrastination. Now that we understand why it happens, let's talk about how to defeat it. Overcoming procrastination is a decision. It's a commitment to yourself to act even when you don't feel like it. Here's how to break the procrastination habit. Break it down into smaller steps. The bigger the task, the more overwhelming it can seem. But no task is too big when you break it down into smaller, manageable pieces. Instead of saying, I'm going to write a book, say, I'm going to write 500 words today. Instead of saying, I need to finish this project, say, I'm going to complete this section today. The key here is to take one small step. Once you start, you'll gain momentum. Use the 5-minute rule. If you're struggling to get started, tell yourself, I'm just going to work on this for 5 minutes. That's it, 5 minutes. Once you start, you'll often find that you can keep going. The hardest part is getting started. And by committing to just 5 minutes, you're lowering the mental barrier to action. Once you've started, momentum takes over. The task no longer feels as daunting. Eliminate distractions. One of the biggest reasons we procrastinate is because of distractions. Whether it's social media, emails, or just daydreaming, distractions pull us away from our tasks. To fight procrastination, you've got to eliminate distractions. Set up a focused environment where you can do your work without interruptions. Turn off notifications. Clear your workspace. Put your phone away. Give yourself the space to concentrate fully on the task at hand. Focus on progress, not perfection. Perfectionism is one of the biggest drivers of procrastination. You don't need to be perfect. You need to make progress. It's not about getting everything right. It's about getting it done. Perfection doesn't exist. Done is better than perfect. If you wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions, you'll never start. Progress is the key to overcoming procrastination. Every step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to where you want to be. Visualize the benefits of completion. When you're putting something off, think about how you'll feel once it's done. Procrastination doesn't just waste time, it steals your peace of mind. The longer you put something off, the more stress and anxiety you build up. But when you finish it, you'll feel a sense of relief, accomplishment, and freedom. Visualizing the end result, the positive feelings you'll have, can be a powerful motivator to get started. Focus on how good you'll feel once the task is completed, and let that drive you. Set deadlines. Procrastination often thrives when there's no urgency. If there's no deadline, there's no pressure to act. Set a deadline for yourself. Treat it like an appointment that you can't miss. When you set a deadline, it forces you to take action. It creates a sense of urgency. Make sure the deadline is realistic. Don't give yourself too much time. The closer the deadline, the more motivated you'll be to get started and finish. Hold yourself accountable. Find someone who will hold you accountable. Someone who can check in on your progress. Accountability makes a huge difference when it comes to overcoming procrastination. When you know someone is expecting results, you're less likely to put things off. Whether it's a mentor, a colleague, or a friend, sharing your goals with someone else creates a layer of accountability that motivates you to follow through. The bottom line: procrastination is a time thief. It's the habit that keeps you stuck, keeps you from moving forward, and holds you back from achieving the success you're capable of. But here's the truth: you don't have to let procrastination control your life. You have the power to take action. You have the power to make a choice right now, to stop putting things off and start moving forward. The longer you delay, the more you waste. But when you take action, you unlock more time and more possibilities. So take a deep breath, break your task down into small steps, and start now. No more waiting, no more excuses. The time to act is now. Delegation. Multiply your time. Let me tell you something. You don't have to do everything yourself. In fact, if you're trying to do everything yourself, you're probably slowing down your progress. Delegation is one of the most powerful tools in your time management arsenal. It's not a weakness to delegate. It's a strength. It's a skill that can multiply your time, expand your capacity, and help you achieve far more than you could on your own. Here's the reality. Time is limited, but people are not. You only have 24 hours in a day, but other people's time can be leveraged. The moment you learn how to effectively delegate, you gain access to a whole team of resources that can help you reach your goals faster. But here's the catch. Delegation is not about dumping tasks onto others. It's about strategically giving the right tasks to the right people, so you can focus on the high-value activities that only you can do. It's about recognizing your strengths and the strengths of others, and using that understanding to maximize productivity. Let's dive into how you can use delegation to multiply your time. Why delegation is essential. Delegation is about multiplying your efforts. If you're working alone, you're limited by your own time, your own skills, and your own energy. But when you delegate, you can tap into the strengths and expertise of others. This frees you up to focus on the tasks that truly move you toward your goals, while others take care of the rest. Think of it like this. You can't scale your life without delegation. Whether you're building a business, working on a big project, or trying to improve your personal life, you cannot possibly do it all yourself. At some point, you need a team, and a team can only work effectively when there's a clear division of labor, with the right people handling the right tasks. The power of focus. Here's the truth. You can't be great at everything. You might be skilled at a lot of things, but you can't be the best at everything. You have limited time and energy, and if you try to do everything, you'll end up spreading yourself thin and not excelling at anything. When you delegate, you're able to focus on what you do best, you're able to dedicate your time and energy to the tasks that will move you closer to your goals, and the tasks that don't require your unique skills, delegate those. For example, if you're running a business, your time is best spent focusing on strategy, sales, and growth. You don't need to be handling administrative tasks, customer service, or routine processes. These can be delegated to others, leaving you free to focus on what matters most. How to delegate effectively. So how do you delegate? It's not as simple as just handing off tasks to someone else. Effective delegation requires a clear process, trust, and communication. Here's how to do it. Identify tasks you can delegate. The first step is to determine which tasks you can delegate. These are typically the tasks that don't require your expertise, can be done by someone else with the right training. Take up a lot of your time, but don't move the needle on your goals. These might include things like administrative work, routine customer service, basic content creation, research tasks. Find the right person for the job. Delegating isn't just about giving a task to anyone. It's about giving it to the right person. You need someone who is capable, reliable, and suited to the task at hand. Think about the skills and strengths of the people around you. If someone excels at organizing, give them the administrative tasks. If someone is a great writer, let them handle content creation. Delegation is about matching the right task to the right person. Communicate clearly. When you delegate a task, make sure you're crystal clear about the expectations. Explain what needs to be done, by when and how you want it done. Provide the resources and support they need to succeed. If you don't communicate effectively, the person you're delegating to may end up confused, and the task might not get done the way you envisioned. Set clear milestones and deadlines. Follow up regularly to check on progress, but trust the person you delegated to get the job done. Trust is key in delegation. Let go of control. This is the hardest part for many people. You have to let go of control. It can be tough to let others handle things, especially when it's something you've been doing yourself for a long time. But remember, you can't scale your success by doing everything yourself. You need to give others the freedom to handle tasks without micromanaging them. Allow them to bring their skills and creativity to the table. The more you trust them, the more they'll step up and the more time you'll free up for yourself. Provide feedback and recognition. After delegating a task, give constructive feedback. Tell them what went well and where improvements can be made. Recognition is also crucial. Acknowledge the effort and success of the person you delegated to. This motivates them to continue delivering high-quality work. The benefits of delegation. Once you get the hang of delegation, you'll begin to see the benefits: more time for high-value work. You'll have more time to focus on activities that directly contribute to your goals. Increased productivity. A team working together on different tasks is far more productive than you trying to do everything yourself. Higher quality results when you delegate tasks to the right people. They'll bring their expertise and attention to detail, often producing better results than you could have achieved on your own. Personal growth. By learning to delegate, you develop leadership and management skills. You become someone who knows how to get the most out of their time and the people around them. The bottom line: delegation isn't about being lazy. It's about working smarter, not harder. It's about recognizing that your time is valuable and that you can achieve more when you focus on the right things and let others handle the rest. Here's the truth: you can't do it all, and you don't have to. The moment you learn to delegate, you multiply your time, your effectiveness, and your results. So start today. Look at your to-do list, find the tasks you can delegate, and start handing them off. Trust others, communicate clearly, and let go of control. By delegating, you free up time to do the things that only you can do, and that's where your true potential lies. Mastering your mindset for time success. Let me tell you something, and I want you to really understand this. The way you think about time will determine how well you use it. If you believe time is something that's working against you, that you never have enough, and that life's demands are always piling up, then guess what? That's exactly how your life will play out. But here's the good news. You can change the way you think about time, and when you do, you'll change everything. Your mindset is the foundation upon which all your actions will stand. If you want to truly master your time, you need to first master your mindset. The key to time success isn't just managing the minutes. It's mastering the way you think about those minutes. How you think about time impacts how you prioritize, how you focus, and how you make decisions. If your mindset isn't aligned with the success you want, you'll always feel like you're swimming against the current. Let's take a look at how to develop a mindset that leads to time success. 1. Time is your most valuable resource. Here's the first shift you need to make. Time is not something you can buy more of. You can always make more money. You can always find more resources. But you cannot buy more time. Once it's gone forever. So every time you waste a minute, you're losing something irreplaceable. When you start to view time as your most valuable resource, everything changes. You'll start protecting it, valuing it, and using it wisely. If you think of time as an unlimited resource, you'll never take it seriously. But when you treat time with the respect it deserves, you'll make better choices, better plans, and better use of your day. 2. Embrace the power of now. Here's another mindset shift that will change the game. The best time to act is now. People often say, "I'll do it later," or "I'll get to it when I'm ready." Here's the truth. You'll never be ready. There's never a perfect time to start. If you keep waiting for everything to line up perfectly, you'll be waiting forever. The only moment you have is now. And when you take action now, you build momentum. That momentum propels you forward, helping you make the most of the time you have. The power of now is the power to create your future. When you start taking action right away, you stop procrastinating and stop letting time slip through your fingers. You start making things happen, instead of waiting for things to happen. 3. Time is a reflection of your priorities. One of the biggest reasons we waste time is because we're not clear about what we really want. When you don't know your priorities, time just slips away. But when you're clear about your goals, your priorities and your vision, everything changes. You make time for what matters most. Let me tell you something. Time doesn't just pass. It reflects your choices. If you're spending your time on things that don't matter, it's because those things are a priority in your life, whether consciously or unconsciously. But when you focus on your priorities, on your goals, your time will align with those values. Start by defining your top priorities. What are the 3 things that matter most to you? What are the goals you want to achieve this week, this month, this year? When you know your priorities, it becomes easier to say no to the things that don't matter, and say yes to the things that do. 4. Time and discipline go hand in hand. Time doesn't follow your wishes. It follows your discipline. If you want to make the most of your time, you need to make discipline your best friend. This is the mindset shift that most people miss. Discipline isn't something you do occasionally. It's something you do consistently. Discipline is what makes the difference between wishing for success and achieving it. It's what makes the difference between having great intentions and getting things done. And let me tell you, discipline doesn't mean being rigid or inflexible. It means staying committed to your time and to your goals, no matter the distractions. When you commit to a disciplined use of your time, you start seeing results. You start seeing that the little things you do every day, staying focused, working consistently, add up to big progress. 5. Time is not the enemy. Most people view time as something that's always running out, something that's always working against them. But here's the truth. Time is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally. Time is there to help you achieve what you want, but only if you use it wisely. The difference between those who thrive and those who struggle isn't how much time they have, it's how they use the time they've got. Those who succeed are the ones who manage their time with intention, focus and clarity. When you see time as your ally, you stop worrying about running out of time. You stop seeing every task as a burden. Instead, you start using time as a tool, as a partner that helps you build the life you want. 6. Commit to consistent action. The mindset for time success isn't about waiting for motivation or inspiration. It's about committing to consistent action, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when it's easier to procrastinate. The key to mastering time is consistency. The most successful people don't work in bursts of energy. They work steadily, day in and day out. Small, consistent actions compound over time to create big results. Consistency is the secret to turning time into your ally. Every day that you show up and take action, you're stacking the deck in your favor. And when you combine consistency with a strong mindset, you unlock the power to accomplish anything. 7. Own your time. Finally, you are in control of your time. No one else, not your boss, not your family, not your circumstances. You decide how you spend every minute of your day. The choices you make today create the life you'll have tomorrow. When you own your time, you own your future. Time becomes a tool you control, not a force that controls you. And the moment you step into this mindset, you'll start seeing results. You'll stop being a victim of time and start becoming the master of it. The bottom line, mastering your time begins with mastering your mindset. When you believe that time is your most valuable resource, when you embrace the power of now, when you prioritize what matters most, and when you take consistent action, you become unstoppable. The way you think about time will shape the way you use it. So make the choice today to think differently about time. Treat it with respect. Use it wisely, and you'll find that the success you've been chasing is within your grasp. Remember, time is not the enemy. Your mindset is, change your mindset, and you'll change your life. Time mastery for life mastery. Let me tell you something that's going to change everything. Your life is a reflection of how you use your time. Every decision you make, every step you take, is built on the time you invest today. Time is the foundation upon which your entire life is built. And if you want to master your life, you first have to master your time. It's easy to think that time is something separate from our personal growth. We often think of time as something we're just passing through, waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right opportunity. But here's the truth. There is no right moment. The only moment is now. And how you use your time right now determines your future. Time mastery is the key to life mastery. The more you control your time, the more you control your destiny. When you take charge of how you spend your time, you start making choices that align with your true goals, and your entire life shifts towards success, fulfillment, and growth. Let me show you how to do that. 1. Take ownership of your time. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that time is something that happens to them. Time is not something that happens to you. It's something you create. Every moment you spend is a decision. And the moment you take ownership of how you spend your time, you start taking ownership of your life. No more excuses. No more blaming circumstances, other people, or the clock. You are in control of your time. The way you choose to spend your time is how you choose to shape your future. Your life is the sum of your time choices. If you want to change your life, the first step is simple. Take responsibility for how you spend your time. Make intentional decisions. Set clear goals. And use every moment to build the life you truly want. 2. Align your time with your values. The most successful people don't just work hard, they work smart. And working smart means aligning your time with your values. What is truly important to you? What do you want to create in your life? When you align your time with your values, you make sure that every minute you spend is in pursuit of your most important goals. Time becomes a tool, a weapon in your arsenal to create the life you want. Ask yourself this: how much of your time is spent on things that don't align with your values? How much of your energy is drained by distractions, obligations, and things that aren't serving you? If you want to master your life, you need to align your time with your purpose, your vision, and your values. 3. Be intentional with your time. Mastering your time starts with being intentional. Don't just let your day happen to you. Make it happen. Plan your day, prioritize your tasks, and make sure you're always focused on what matters most. Successful people don't just react to life. They respond. They decide ahead of time what they will do, and when they will do it. They create their schedule around their priorities, not the other way around. And you can do this too. Time is your most valuable asset. Use it wisely. Start each day with a clear purpose. Set your intentions, and create a plan that moves you toward your goals. Don't just fill your time with activity. Fill it with purpose. 4. Eliminate time wasters. Let's talk about distractions. Distractions are the silent killers of success. They drain your time and energy and keep you from focusing on what really matters. And they come in all shapes and sizes. Social media, random tasks, endless meetings, people who interrupt you. Here's the truth. Every distraction is a choice. You decide whether you let something pull you away from your goals, or whether you stay focused on the tasks that will get you ahead. The more time you spend on distractions, the less time you have for your goals. To master your life, you must master your distractions. Start identifying what pulls your attention away from your priorities, and eliminate or reduce it. Be intentional about where you place your focus. 5. Work smarter, not harder. One of the biggest misconceptions people have is that success comes from working harder. But working harder is not the answer. Working smarter is. Efficiency is important, but effectiveness is key. It's not about how many hours you put in. It's about how much value you create during those hours. That's where time blocking and delegation come in. When you block time for your most important tasks, you're able to focus fully on them without distractions. And when you delegate, you free up time for the work that only you can do. The goal isn't to fill your schedule, it's to make your schedule work for you. Focus on the tasks that will move you closer to your goals, and eliminate the ones that don't. 6. Build habits that multiply your time. Success is built on habits. Small, daily habits, when done consistently, can change your entire life. Think about it. If you can build the right habits, your time will automatically be more productive and aligned with your goals, and those habits compound over time. Here's the key. Start small. Don't try to change everything overnight. Start with one habit, whether it's waking up early, exercising, planning your day the night before, or eliminating distractions. The compound effect of good habits is how you multiply your time. Over time, those habits add up to huge results. And over the long term, they can create a life of success and fulfillment. 7. Create time for rest and renewal. Mastering your time doesn't mean working non-stop. It means balancing work with rest. High achievers understand that rest and renewal are essential for long-term success. If you don't take time to recharge, you'll burn out. If you don't rest, your creativity, energy and productivity will suffer. Make sure you're scheduling time for rest. Take breaks throughout the day. Take weekends off. Make time for exercise, for hobbies, for relaxation. When you give your body and mind time to recharge, you perform better, think clearer, and get more done in less time. 8. Be consistent. Consistency is the real secret to time mastery. It's not about doing everything in one day. It's about doing a little bit every day. It's about making small, consistent actions toward your goals. Those actions add up. The more consistent you are with how you use your time, the more results you'll see. Every day you show up. Every day you make time for your priorities. You're building momentum, and that momentum leads to success. The bottom line to master your time is to master your life. How you spend your time today shapes your future. When you take charge of your time, you take charge of your destiny. Time mastery isn't about cramming more tasks into your day. It's about being deliberate with how you use your time, about making every minute count. It's about aligning your time with your values and your vision for the life you want to create. If you want to master your life, you first must master your time. When you do, you'll find that success, fulfillment, and happiness are within your reach. Start today. Make time your ally. Master it and watch your life transform. The ripple effect. How time mastery transforms every area of life. Let me tell you something that you might not realize yet. Mastering your time doesn't just improve one part of your life. It transforms everything. The moment you start controlling your time, you start controlling your future. And here's the beautiful thing about time mastery. The benefits of managing your time wisely ripple out to every area of your life, personal, professional, and everything in between. When you master your time, you create a foundation for success in every area of your life. It's not just about getting more done. It's about creating the life you want. Time mastery is the key to unlocking the potential that already exists within you. And once you master time, you'll see it affect your health, relationships, career, finances, and more. Let's explore the ripple effect and how mastering time can create waves of positive change in every area of your life. 1. Time mastery and your personal growth. The first area that time mastery affects is your personal growth. When you manage your time effectively, you free up space for personal development. You no longer feel overwhelmed by the chaos of daily life, and that gives you the clarity to focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Think about it. If you're always running around trying to catch up, how can you focus on growing? But when you take control of your time, you can make time for self-improvement. You can invest in your personal development. Whether it's learning a new skill, reading books that enrich your mind, or practicing mindfulness. Time mastery allows you to prioritize what matters most in your life. Your growth. When you set aside time to learn, reflect, and improve, you build a stronger foundation for your future. Personal growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens through intention and consistent action. 2. Time mastery and your health. Your health is the most important thing you have, and time mastery can improve it drastically. How can you prioritize your health if you never have time to work out, cook healthy meals, or rest? When you manage your time, you make health a priority. You have time to prepare healthy meals, exercise regularly, and get the rest you need. You can schedule workouts, meditation, meal prep, and even time to unwind. You create balance in your life, which is essential for long-term health and energy. Without time mastery, your health becomes an afterthought. You rush through meals, skip workouts, and burn out. But with time mastery, your health is an integral part of your plan. You don't just have time to work on your body, you have the mental and physical energy to put into everything else in your life. 3. Time mastery and your relationships. Here's something most people don't realize. The way you use your time is a reflection of your relationships. If you're constantly too busy to spend time with the people who matter most, your spouse, your children, your friends, then those relationships will suffer. But when you control your time, you make quality time for the people in your life. You don't have to rush through conversations or skip family events because you're too busy. Instead, you create space in your schedule for the people you love. When you manage your time, you give your relationships the attention they deserve. You're more present. You're more engaged. You're creating memories that will last. The ripple effect of time mastery strengthens the bonds you have with the people you care about. It turns casual moments into meaningful connections. 4. Time mastery and your career. Time mastery isn't just about having more time. It's about using the time you have wisely in your career. This translates to increased productivity, focus, and success. When you manage your time effectively, you can focus on high-priority tasks, eliminate distractions, and make real progress on your goals. You're no longer overwhelmed by a long to-do list or stressed about deadlines. Instead, you're strategic with your time, and that leads to improved performance and career growth. Time mastery also allows you to develop the skills you need to advance in your career. Whether it's working on new projects, learning new technologies, or honing leadership skills, you can create time for your professional growth. And that makes you not just good at your job, but exceptional at it. 5. Time mastery and your finances. Time mastery directly impacts your finances because it allows you to make smarter decisions. When you control your time, you can spend time on things like budgeting, saving, and investing. You can schedule time to track your spending, plan for the future, and even research new ways to increase your income. Without time mastery, your finances can become chaotic. You might find yourself making impulse decisions, avoiding financial planning, or living paycheck to paycheck. But when you have control over your time, you're able to make more informed, intentional decisions about your money. You're able to allocate your resources in ways that build long-term wealth. The ripple effect of managing your time properly shows up in your bank account. You're more intentional with how you earn, spend, and save, and that puts you on the path to financial freedom. 6. Time mastery and your peace of mind. One of the most significant changes that time mastery brings is peace of mind. Think about how it feels when you're always behind, always chasing the clock. You're stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. But when you manage your time, you start to experience a sense of calm and control. Time mastery creates mental clarity. You no longer feel like you're drowning in tasks. You know exactly what you need to do, and you have the time and energy to do it. The peace that comes with knowing you're in control of your time can transform your mental state and improve your overall well-being. The bottom line: time mastery isn't just about getting more done, it's about creating a life that aligns with your values and your vision. When you master your time, everything in your life improves: your personal growth, your health, your relationships, your career, your finances, and your peace of mind. The ripple effect of time mastery is powerful. It extends into every area of your life, creating a positive compounding effect that helps you build the life you truly want. So start today. Take control of your time, and watch how it transforms your life in ways you never thought possible. Master your time, and you'll master your life. Time, the final frontier. There's a truth I want you to understand today. Time is the final frontier. We often think of frontiers as places or ideas that are unexplored, things we can conquer. But time, our most limited resource, is the ultimate frontier. What makes time the final frontier? Because it is the one thing that can't be controlled, bought, or stretched. It's the only thing in this life that is equally available to everyone, and also the one thing we can't get more of. It's finite. The moment you realize this, the way you see time changes. You stop taking it for granted, and you start treating it like the precious asset it truly is. Every minute is a gift, a tool, and it is up to you how you use it. How you decide to spend your time shapes your life. How you master time will determine how you master everything else. So here's what I want you to think about. How will you explore this final frontier? Will you let it slip through your fingers, or will you seize control, navigate it with purpose, and use it to create the life you desire? The choice is yours. 1. Time is a constant. Your choices are what matter. You can't stop time. You can't slow it down or speed it up. It's relentless. Whether you're ready for it or not, time keeps moving forward. But here's the beautiful part. Although time is constant, your choices are what make it meaningful. Every day you're making decisions about how you'll spend your time. Every moment is a choice. And as those choices accumulate, they create your future. When you make intentional choices about how you use your time, you're steering your life in the direction you want to go. Time will pass whether you're ready or not. What you do with the time you're given is what defines you. 2. Time doesn't wait for you. Here's a tough pill to swallow. Time doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't care about your plans, your excuses, or your good intentions. If you don't take action, time will pass by and leave you behind. It doesn't stop. It doesn't pause for anyone. This is why waiting for the right moment is a trap. The right moment is always now. If you keep waiting for perfect conditions to start, you'll never start. Time doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It forces you to take action. Time demands urgency. If you want to succeed, you've got to act now. The longer you wait, the more you're wasting the most precious thing you have. 3. The key to conquering time is focus. Here's the good news. You can conquer time by focusing on the right things. Time isn't the problem. Lack of focus is. When you focus on the most important tasks, the ones that truly matter, you start making meaningful progress. The people who achieve the most in life don't have more time than you. They simply know how to focus their time on the right things. They don't waste time on distractions. They don't let small tasks eat up their hours. They prioritize their time and work with purpose. When you focus on your goals and the tasks that align with those goals, time works for you. When you're scattered, unorganized, and unfocused, time works against you. 4. Time is your ally, not your enemy. Many people think of time as something that runs out, as if it's a limited resource they're constantly fighting against. But time isn't your enemy, it's your ally. The key is to understand how to work with time, not against it. When you respect time, use it wisely, and manage it effectively, it becomes your greatest asset. It's like a tool that, when used correctly, can help you build the life you want. But when you waste time, it becomes your enemy. It slips through your fingers, and you end up with nothing but regret. Time doesn't judge, it just moves forward. You get to decide how to use it. And when you treat it like a valuable resource, it rewards you with the results you're looking for. 5. The ultimate freedom is time freedom. Here's the real secret to life mastery. The ultimate form of freedom is time freedom. When you have control over your time, you have control over your life. You can choose how you spend your day, who you spend it with, and what you accomplish. Think about the most successful people in the world. What do they have that you don't? Time freedom. They've learned to manage their time in a way that allows them to focus on their most important tasks, enjoy their relationships, and live with purpose. The question you need to ask yourself is this: how can I design my life so that I control my time instead of letting time control me? The answer is simple. Master your time. When you master time, you master your life. 6. Time mastery is a lifelong journey. Let me give you one final thought. Time mastery isn't a destination, it's a journey. You don't just get it one day and then stop. Time management is a continual process of learning, adjusting, and improving. The more you practice mastering time, the more efficient and effective you'll become. You'll start to see patterns in how you use your time, and you'll learn to adjust accordingly. It's about being consistent, making smart choices, and having the discipline to follow through. But here's the beauty of it. The more you work on mastering time, the more you create the life you've always dreamed of. Every small decision you make today impacts the future you're building, and over time, you'll find that your life is exactly what you've designed it to be. The bottom line: time is the final frontier, because it's the one thing you can never get back. But it's also the one thing you can control. It's your most valuable asset, and how you choose to use it shapes everything about your life. Mastering time is about more than just being productive. It's about designing a life that aligns with your goals, values, and vision. It's about creating the freedom you desire, and the success you deserve. You're in charge of your time. The clock is ticking. The question is, what will you do with it?